Now, as always seems to be the case, we are talking about Wayne Rooney, sometimes for the right reasons, sometimes for the wrong reasons. There's been a story that has emerged from The Sun that Wayne Rooney has basically gate crashed a wedding after the Scotland-England game. Got pretty leathered, got pretty wasted, and pictures have emerged of him at 5 in the morning, or so they say, of him alongside a couple of girls, one wearing Rooney's England training top. And there's lots has been talked and lots has been said among United fans over whether this is a big story or whether it is a non-story. So what I wanted to do is present both sides of the argument, give my opinion on it, get your views on it as well, and then also ask all of you guys what you think about the story. So why isn't it a big story? You know, Rooney's only human. You know, he had a night off. Man United weren't playing Arsenal for 8 days. So what's the big issue if Rooney goes out, has a few drinks, gets a bit wasted and takes a picture with somebody? You know, he's only human. It's what he decided to do on his night off. Who are we to tell him what he can and what he cannot do on his night off? You know, so many times fans are asking for players who you can connect to and get closer to. And sometimes Rooney goes out and gets pissed and enjoys himself. What is the big issue here? I mean, it's a story. It's something that's going to sell newspapers and sell column inches, but it's not something that we should beat Rooney over the head with. He just went out and he got pissed. And then on the flip side, you can argue that it was a big story. You see, Wayne Rooney, he's out of form for Manchester United. He's out of form for England. He's not starting every week for either club or country. And he's a captain of Manchester United. And what sort of example is this to the younger players coming through? And for Jose Mourinho, who's been lambasting Chris Smalling and Luke Shaw this week over not committing to the club, not being brave enough to play, how can he then defend Wayne Rooney when he goes out and gets wasted? And I think the thing that maybe is getting to United fans the most is we know Wayne Rooney. We know that he needs to be training every single day and playing week in, week out to get his form back. And at a time when his form is poor, his form's in the bin, at a time when Zlatan Ibrahimovic is banned for the Arsenal game, then how can you justify Wayne Rooney going out and getting trashed and wasted? Yes, it's 8 days before the game, but we know that is going to affect Rooney for a couple of days in training at least. And it's going to affect how ready he's going to be for this Arsenal game, a match which now he's crucial to be involved in because Zlatan Ibrahimovic is out of it. And obviously, it comes at a contextual time when frustration has been growing with Rooney, and at a time where we need him the most to show what he's still capable of, that he still can add something to this team. He goes out and gets pissed. No, I'm not having any of that. Now, my take on this Rooney situation is nobody knows Wayne Rooney and his body better than himself. And he knows full well that going out and getting smashed and staying up till 5 in the morning drinking 8 days before Arsenal is not the best preparation. And if we can see Zlatan Ibrahimovic is 35 now, looks fit as a fiddle, and we can see Wayne Rooney, who's not naturally athletic. We all know that. Rooney likes to go out, like sometimes has a cigarette, sometimes goes out and gets pissed. But if you're a footballer and you're in that sort of limelight, there's certain sacrifices you have to give. Of course, they're only humans and they deserve to have time off, but there's surely better ways to do it, and just do it in your hotel room if you're going to do it. Do it somewhere that's private. Don't do it in a situation that is going to cause this issue, which is just unnecessary for Rooney. Doesn't reflect badly on Man United at all. This is all down to an individual. I can see there's people comparing it to Alexis Sanchez playing through injury for Chile. Oh, why isn't Rooney doing that? But completely different situations, different points in their careers. And this just really doesn't help anybody who's justifying that Rooney can still add something to this team. He's our captain 8 days before a big game and he's going and he's doing this. I'm not sure what situation or what fitness that's going to leave him, or whether it really does truly affect how he can play in that Arsenal game. But at a time where frustration is growing towards Rooney and we want to see more from him, this is the worst sort of thing that can come out. So we wanted to get your opinions on this. So we asked you on Twitter what you thought about the Wayne Rooney situation. Is it a big story? Is it a non-story? Here is what you had to say. One here from Meech saying, why even put yourself in that situation if you're Rooney? Go drink at home. I suppose he was at the hotel with England anyway, so that would be slightly harsh to say, but I said the same thing. Why not just do it in your hotel room? It's weird. You put yourself in these situations where I suppose you're vulnerable in the fact that you can have pictures and X, Y, Z can come out in the press. You know that. He's an astute person in that respect. He's had enough negative press in the past to know what can happen. One here from Connor saying, couldn't care less. I mean, we wouldn't have benefited even if he was fully fit. Never mind pissed. And it's reached that stage with Rooney now that he's almost become a hindrance to a team than an asset. Yeah, it was a cracking goal he scored against Fenerbahce, but that's the best we've seen from Rooney, one cracking strike. I think he was okay against Fenerbahce at home, but largely Rooney's been ineffectual and not very good anymore. So surely you want to see more from him in every single respect, and this just doesn't help. One here from Bob Soucher saying, no surprise. As I said, we've seen this before from Rooney. One here from Runes saying, who cares? Now, there is plenty of people that are seeing this as a non-story. This is exactly why I wanted to present both sides of the argument and then to get an overall opinion from all of you lot. One here from Kyle Quinn saying he knew he wasn't playing for 8 days, so it's not a big deal. Again, we've covered that point. Ash saying he wasn't going to play against Spain anyway. Why not let his hair down? It's not like he killed anyone. Again, a few people supporting him. One here from Barry, on the other hand, saying totally unprofessional. Should be stripped of his captaincy, shows how little he cares for both club and country. That's a very, very big, bold statement. I wouldn't go as far as that, but it does call it into question, doesn't it? Because when you see players like Zlatan, players like Luke Shaw doing extra fitness, extra training to make sure they're match ready and match sharp, Rooney's doing the opposite at a time when we need him if Zlatan's out, which he is. So as you can see, there are different opinions on this, very different views. Some in support of Rooney, some saying that he did the wrong thing here. Let me know what you think about this situation. Is this a bigger story than some are saying, or is it a non-story and something that literally the Sun is selling newspapers with and nothing more? Let me know your opinions and views in the comments as always, and drop a like on the video and subscribe to United People's TV, and we'll see you soon. Take it easy.